It's such an honor to be here with so many great leaders in our community. I'm really excited to talk to you about MCE, and I'm excited about the rest of the day, being able to talk with you all even more about what we're doing and engage in some back and forth. But today I wanted to start off with telling you the story of MCE and hopefully connect it to some of the work that's happening in the other businesses throughout our community. So, as many businesses here, we started with a vision. The idea was to address climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions. And in doing that, creating, being able to get more renewable energy onto the grid while making sure that customers aren't having to pay a whole lot more. So back in 2002, some legislation had passed that enabled community choice aggregation. Community choice aggregation allows local governments to become the power purchasers of their communities. So we thought this sounded like a pretty good idea because at the time we were only getting about 10% renewable energy in our power mix. We thought it would be really great if we could double the amount of renewable energy in our mix while not having customers have to pay a lot more. So we started off with a lot of analysis to see if this was actually going to be possible. It sounded a little bit too good to be true. And the initial studies that came back looking good were doubted by many leaders in the community because it seemed a little, just too good to be true. So we did a lot of peer reviews, a lot of analysis. And one of the driving forces was the county of Marin and many of the cities and the water districts were looking for ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And I think this is a demonstration of what leadership we have here in this community around climate change. I remember well that back around 2000, 2001, 2002, folks that talked about climate change were considered maybe a little kooky. Certainly that's changed now, but we've seen a lot of leadership in our community that really pushed us towards trying to make this idea happen. So after a lot of study and analysis, we were able to form MCE, and we formed the agency in 2008, and we began serving customers in 2010. We started with a small subset of customers in Marin County, about 8,000, but since that time we've grown quite a bit to serve all of the communities in Marin County, including all types of customers, residential customers, business, industrial, municipal. Today in Marin County we serve about 85% of all customers. So in addition to the customers in Marin that we're serving, we've grown the program to other counties. So we're currently serving all of the communities in Napa. We're serving Benicia, which is in Solano County, and we're serving many communities, 5 communities in Contra Costa County today, and by April we'll be adding 9 more communities in Contra Costa County, which will bring our number of accounts about double what we have today. So a lot of progress, and I think that what's really exciting to see today is that we have exceeded our original vision. We had a pretty audacious vision, but we've been able to exceed it pretty dramatically. Today, our default product is over 50% renewable energy, and folks can also choose to get 100% renewable energy. As Damon mentioned, many of the cities and towns in Marin just recently voted to take that step and zero out their carbon emissions by getting the deep green product. So these are the choices that we have in Marin County today. And I remember, when I was helping to launch MCE back in the early days, my kids were pretty young, and they kept wondering why I was going to all these meetings at night. I'd go to these council meetings over and over and over again. We were explaining the program many, many times over and over. And the way I explained it to them is that, when we go into Good Earth, which is where we like to do our shopping, and we buy milk, we can choose the Strauss organic milk. We can choose whether we want glass or plastic containers. We can make choices that align with our values as a family. And the idea with MCE was to create a choice where folks could choose an energy supply that aligns with their values. And because energy has such a big impact on greenhouse gas emissions, we think it's a really powerful place to have a choice. So it turned out to be a lot harder than we thought to launch MCE. And for those of you that were in Marin County around 2009, 2010, you might have seen some of these flyers. We faced a lot of opposition from the incumbent utility and others in the market. And it was not an easy road to get the program launched. And I won't say a lot about that, but I think that it's worth mentioning because I know a lot of you business leaders don't have an easy road either. And I think, one thing that helped was I didn't know how hard it would be when I started. So, you kind of take it one day at a time. But I was constantly inspired by others who kept plowing ahead, and it's definitely been worth all the effort. So I would say the same to business owners here. Keep going if you have a mission. It's worth it at the end of the day. So here's what it's all about. Today we have 27 board members, elected officials. MCE is not funded by tax dollars. It's all just redirecting revenue that exists in every community for energy dollars, redirecting it into an agency that's choosing to buy greener energy and help protect the environment. We have 33 member communities today, and this is a map showing you where they are. The Contra Costa County communities have been very interested in joining over the last couple of years, so we're seeing a lot of activity there. And as I'll talk about a little later, we're also seeing a lot of community choice activity around the state. So it's likely that MCE is going to continue serving in the 4 counties that it serves today, but we've been happy to see other CCA programs getting going around the boundaries of those 4 counties, and so we're excited to work with them as sister agencies. So here's some of the results. MCE customers have been able to eliminate 185,000 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions. This is a lot more than we thought we could ever accomplish, and initially our vision was just to launch a program in Marin or in some communities of Marin, but because we've been able to grow the program, the impacts have become even bigger as far as greenhouse gas emissions. So we're excited about those results, and we're even more excited that there's going to be more results going forward. And every year that folks are buying greener energy, that adds to the greenhouse gas reductions that we hope to see. So I was asked to talk a little bit about what did we accomplish that we weren't necessarily expecting. So I'm going to say a little bit about that. California jobs is one of the things that we've been able to deliver. We've created a lot of jobs for the renewable energy projects that have been built. A lot of union hours have been racked up because of all the new projects getting built. I'm going to show you some pictures of them in a minute. Also, energy savings. We have an energy efficiency program that's been really successful in handing out rebates, doing energy audits and retrofits. We've especially focused in the multifamily sector, which has been really an untapped area of need by the utilities. And we've been able to find a lot of ways to help with housing authorities and also small businesses. We've seen a lot of businesses take us up on our offer to do energy audits and retrofit. So if you own a business and you're interested in getting energy efficiency rebates and services, give us a call. That's something that we do. We've also been able, I should mention that we've also been able to save a lot of water through that program. The partnership with MMWD and North Marin Water District has been terrific because we're able to go into buildings and do water conservation measures at the same time that we're doing energy efficiency measures. So now I'm just going to show you a few pictures of some of the renewable projects that have been built here locally for MCE. And this is really exciting. This is what we envisioned so many years ago, and now these projects are actually built in the ground and delivering energy. This is one of my favorites, the Redwood Landfill. I used to drive by the Redwood Landfill and look over at that flare burning on the side and wishing that that could be used for a better purpose. And today it is. So the methane gas that has to be collected at that landfill site is now going into a generator to create energy for MCE. This came online just recently. We just had our ribbon cutting a few weeks ago. And it's taking the trash that many of us produce here in Marin County and creating energy out of it. We certainly hope that that eventually we will have zero garbage being created in Marin County, but for now, since that is there, it's actually serving a good purpose to create some of our energy. It powers the equivalent of 5,000 homes, which is a lot, and it produces day and night, which is really great for us because a lot of our renewable energy comes from intermittent sources like solar and wind that only come at certain times of the day. So it's nice to have something that's producing around the clock that we can rely on for our customers. Yeah. The next one is our local soul project. This is one of the choices for customers. There's the deep green, the light green option, and then there's the local soul option. Local soul is for customers that want to have their renewable energy tied to a local solar resource. This project is built at the Cooley Quarry, which is a brownfield site in Novato. It created 17 jobs. It's on 11.5 acres. And we were able to use local partners, REP Energy and Danland Solar, to get this project built. And we're really excited that it's done. San Rafael Airport is another one I want to acknowledge. This was our very first feed-in tariff project. It's a 1 megawatt solar project on 48 hangars, airport hangars. In San Rafael. Again, we were able to use local businesses to help get it built and local workforce, including folks from the Marin City Community Development Corporation. Freethy Industrial Park is a project that just came online in February of this year. It's a 2 megawatt project, also under our feed-in tariff, and it is powering 600 homes per year. Because we use our feed-in tariff for these local projects, we actually create a revenue stream for the landowner. This particular landowner is getting over $500,000 a year for the use of the land and the production of energy. So if you're thinking you might have a piece of land where you'd like to sell power to MCE, let us know. We've got a feed-in tariff for you. This is a little, yeah, all right. This is a little overview of how the feed-in tariff program works. So again, let us know if you got questions. So what's next for MCE? We are in the process of constructing the largest solar array in the Bay Area that's going to be publicly owned. It's supporting 341 jobs. It's on 10 acres of brownfield land at the Chevron refinery in Richmond. So this is a great way to use a piece of land that wouldn't be used for anything else and create a lot of value out of it. We expect to have this project built by the end of the year, and every week it's just like, 100 more panels are going in. We're getting these amazing photos of the site. It's really amazing to watch. We're probably going to have a ribbon cutting in January, and I hope many of you can come and check it out. We're also working on an EV installation and a solar carport installation at our headquarters in downtown San Rafael. It's a little picture of what it's going to look like. And then this is one of the big things that's next for MCE. We've been working very hard to form a statewide coalition called the California Community Choice Association. I'm currently serving as the president, and we have 13 other operational CCA programs, community choice programs, around the state. And you can see here with the colored in areas are places where there is a CCA either launched or about to launch. It's really exciting to see all this activity around the state, and great to see that the small idea that started here in Marin is actually having a ripple effect throughout the state. Most of these programs are supplying much greener energy. Actually, they all have a 100% green option for customers, so the impacts are really growing through that. Last of all, just want to let you all know that our carbon-free goal is to be 100% carbon-free by 2025. And that's going to be allowing us to get more solar and wind into our power mix. And in closing, I just want to thank and recognize our many Deep Green customers. We have folks in the audience today that have chosen Deep Green 100% renewable, including the Strauss Family Creamery, San Rafael Airport, EO Products, County of Marin, cities of San Rafael and Novato, Equator Coffees and Teas, Lotus Restaurant in San Rafael, College of Marin, Good Earth Natural Foods, Venture Pad, and many other businesses here today. So let's have a round of applause for those folks. and all of the cities and towns in Marin County that have signed up for Deep Green. We really are inspired by your decision. In closing, I just want to say that, while we started as a small startup agency, it's proven, we've proven a concept that's growing across the state. And each business here really has an important role in shaping the future by taking what you are passionate about and making it come to fruition. So thanks for all that you're doing.